Welcome to 1-4, everyone's favourite level. We have stained glass paintings, a huge dining hall, and of course V2. Since you're here, you're looking to kill it as fast as possible, right? When we enter the level, as always, we'll find ourselves in the starting room. In Ultrakill speedrunning, this room is always used to gain a large amount of movement speed before entering the level itself. Keep in mind that no matter what you choose to do here, the timer won't actually start until we hit a certain trigger and the door opens. 1-4 is a little unique in the fact that it has multiple different sets of movement, each being harder than the last but also being progressively faster. The first set of movement, upon entry, walk forwards into the entry tunnel. Perform a slam storage off of the right wall, align yourself with the middle of the door, and at the same time, switch to the overpump shotgun and begin to charge it. When you hit the floor, slide forwards into the first room. If you're unfamiliar with the term, a slam storage is a basic piece of Ultrakill speedrunning tech that generates a large amount of movement speed without costing health or stamina points. To perform one, jump into a wall, slam downwards and jump off the wall. You'll know that you've done it correctly if you see the yellow slam lines while mid-air. Once you hit the floor, perform a dive and continue to dive until you hit the checkpoint. Dive one last time before looking downwards and shooting the overpump below you. Right after, look upwards and whiplash the glass, which will break it and allow us to head straight into the arena. However, as I said before, 1-4 has multiple sets of starting movement, the faster of which is referred to as a God UB and it requires a very specific lineup to perform. Once you enter the level, immediately turn around. Ensure you don't move yet, as this will ruin the lineup. Switch to the rail cannon and make use of the zoom and line your crosshair up to this point. A helpful visual indicator is this spot is around 2 pixels from where the wall starts. Additionally, we need to make sure that we're not looking to the left or right of the point, since this will make the movement not work. After we've lined ourselves up, begin walking backwards into the tunnel. Make sure you don't move your mouse at all, since this will ruin what we've just done. Continue to walk backwards until your crosshair is looking at this point of the floor, and then as soon as we hear the door opening, perform an Ultra Boost. If you don't know what that is, an Ultra Boost is an Ultrakill speedrun tech that gives a massive amount of speed in a short amount of time at the cost of 50 health points and your rail cannon charge. To perform one, eject a core from the core eject shotgun by tapping the alternate fire, switch to the malicious rail cannon and shoot the core out of the air. Something to note is that if you're close enough to the core when you shoot it, you can take 35 damage as opposed to the usual 50. Once we've Ultra Boosted out of the door, turn around and swap to the fire starter rocket launcher. Shoot oil at the ground in front of you using the alternate fire, since this allows us to preserve all of the momentum from the UB. Continue forward, and once you hit the checkpoint, immediately pause the game and reset to it. This replenishes all your health as well as the rail cannon charge we used a few seconds earlier. Slide forwards through the doorway, look up and whiplash the glass to break it. From there, while continuing to slide, turn around and Ultra Boost a second time. If you've lined the second one up properly, you'll be thrown right into the arena as fast as possible. One-4 has a variety of different ways to kill V2. Each kill in this guide gets progressively harder while also getting progressively faster. All of these kills are designed to kill V2 before the spawn animation finishes, which is something unique to 1-4. All of these kills start from when you enter the arena, so keep that in mind. For the first kill, when you enter the arena, continue forward until you hit the trigger that spawns V2. A good indicator that you've hit it, apart from V2 smashing through the window, is the slowdown effect. Once you've hit the trigger, slam downwards. Jump upwards and while looking down, throw a coin. Punch the coin into V2 and then punch it 4 more times. The damage from the coin should do enough damage to kill. Before I begin explaining the next kills, there's something I need to go through first. Dead coining. Dead coining is the name for a piece of Ultrakill tech that allows you to stack damage onto a coin by throwing a coin right after one is shot. The reason this is possible is because for the first 100 milliseconds of a coin's life, it can't be ricochet. However, it can still be chained to by other coins, which is where the additional damage is from. To perform a dead coin, throw a coin, shoot it, and immediately throw a second. If you've done it right, you should be left with a coin still mid-air. Something else that's important to note is that you can dead coin multiple coins at once, referred to as a double or triple dead coin respectively. The timing for doing this is a little different since you have to wait a little longer before throwing the last coin. This is because we need to wait for the first coins to chain to each other and then throw the coin. The timing difference is about 100 milliseconds per coin, meaning that for a double dead coin we need to wait 200 milliseconds and for a triple dead coin we need to wait 300 milliseconds. The reason I mention that is because this next kill involves a single dead coin. As you enter the arena, throw a coin. Like before, we'll want to slam downwards as soon as we hit the spawn trigger, but this time we also want to shoot the coin out of the air. Jump and look downwards before performing a dead coin and punching that coin into V2. Punch it 3 more times before shooting it out of the air to kill. This next kill, commonly referred to as just double dead coin, shockingly involves a double dead coin. When we enter the arena, throw a coin and like before, once we've hit the spawn trigger, shoot the coin. Slam downwards and jump before looking downwards and performing a double dead coin. Punch the coin into V2 and then punch it twice more. Shoot the coin out of the air like before to kill. Something that you'll need to know before attempting this last kill is a tech called fast coining. Fast coining is the name for a tech that allows you to throw multiple coins much faster than you're usually able to. To do this, throw coins while constantly switching back to the marksman variation either with a separate binding or having on swap to already drawn weapons set to first variation. I prefer the latter, but the former is also fine. The last kill in this guide, referred to as quad fist kill, is much more complex than the other 3. Something to note is that this kill is significantly harder to perform with the WB movement strat, so I'd recommend using the slam storage dive strat instead. As soon as you enter the arena, while mid-air, look down and fast coin 3 coins. Once we've hit the spawn trigger, punch one of the coins into V2. Shoot the coins and wait a moment for them to chain before throwing our last coin and performing a triple dead coin. While doing this, slam downwards and jump immediately after slamming. The last thing to do for this kill is to simply punch the coin 3 times, which will kill the boss instantly. Once V2 is dead, it'll collapse pitifully on the floor, giving us a chance to line up for the level exit. To do this, head to the middle of the room and line yourself up here before switching to the overpump shotgun and charging it to full. V2 will jump above you, and as soon as it does, shoot the overpump directly below in order to grab the knuckle blaster. Dash twice in the direction of the door before switching to the fire starter, shooting oil at the floor, slamming downwards and sliding into the exit. That's essentially it for this run. As far as Ultrakill speedruns go, 1-4 tends to be on the easier side. 1-4 is also the most speedrun level in the game and incredibly beginner friendly. Make sure to take breaks every once in a while to avoid burnout, and good luck on your speedruns.